and welcome to the Stratazine podcast. I'm Emily Russell. Joining me today are Audrey, Val, Eileen, Kayla, and Esme. Our topic for today is about what makes a viral video. Audrey researched the anatomy of a viral video. Could you introduce to us what you discovered?
Of course. Thanks, Emily. I did some research on what makes a viral video, and I was surprised by what I found out. I did this research because it boggles me to see a lot of viral videos that don't make sense, and so I want to learn about what makes them viral. And so I created a short segment about it, so let's watch the video. Hi everyone, for today's segment, I will talk about the anatomy of a viral video on TikTok. Why do we stop when we see a video, and what makes them have millions of views? Here's top 5 TikTok videos that I found. For number 5, we have Bella Porch's video. Number 4 is a video of this girl. Number 3 is a creative video from Zach. Number 2 is this guy flying like in a Harry Potter movie. And do you know the most viewed TikTok video of all time at 10 billion views? It's the chocolate covered strawberries video. I know, it's really something. Now I'm gonna share 3 tips these viral videos have. Number 1, a good hook. According to Buffer, attention is expensive, and if you don't win it in the first few seconds, your content may never get the chance to be seen. The first 3 seconds of the video is vital to make people stop and consider watching the rest of the video. Number 2, relatability. Videos that showcase relatable content to the audience are also more likely to be shared. Fresh Content Society states, clips that inspire laughter or offer helpful advice frequently experience greater engagement rates. Tip number 3, trends and challenges. For the last step, Storyful teaches us that using relevant hashtags and tapping into trending topics or challenges can also help as they expose your video to a larger and more engaged audience. At the end of the day, many marketers, including Brandify, teaches us that a viral video is not about algorithm, it's about the audience. You cannot force a video to go viral, but you can design it in a way that it could. Here's my resources, and for Stratazine, this is Audrey Ledesma. Back to you guys at the studio. Okay, so I have a question for everyone. Have any of you seen those videos, and what do you think about them? I've seen 4 of them, and it's just, well, it tells you about how much I spent social media in the past. Those are actually old videos, but they are still the top 5 videos on TikTok up to this date. So what are your thoughts about those viral videos, and would you add something on that list?
Yeah, I've seen the Bella Porsche one. I haven't seen the other 4, but I just remember when that one became very viral, we were all confused. I was like, why is this girl getting so many views? She's just like bouncing her head. So she has some components because it's like visually attracting, but also she doesn't have a hook because she's not speaking. And so it just makes you wonder, like, why does it get viral? And I think something that I would add is sometimes it snowballs, because then I start talking about it, and then it's like more publicity because other people are wondering and talking and circulating it and sharing it. And I just think, like, sometimes we don't fully know because it doesn't fit like the exact like platform or template to be able to go viral, but sometimes it just does. And I still wonder, like, why?
Yeah, no, I agree with you, because at that time it was like a challenge, and so a lot of people are recreating that video as well, and so they all go viral, and all these people that are not as popular as Bella Porsche, their videos are getting viral because of that trending audio or challenge.
Yeah.
So
I think even going back to that, where you're like, well, I didn't really know why it's going viral, but I think that that is a hook in and of itself, because you know, you're just like, why are we doing this, guys? You know, and then everybody's also feeling that way, but they still do it because it goes back to the fact that everyone's doing it, and that's just kind of how viral things happen, I feel like. So it is really interesting. Same thing with the strawberries. It's like, why do I find this video on my For You page or whatever, right? And it's because it's viral, but goes back to like, why are we making this viral instead of other things, you know? So it's just kind of funny the way that works.
Yeah. I also wonder if if they were to post these videos now, if they would still go viral, or if it was just, it had to do with like the era, because that was like early like 2020, like kind of during COVID, everyone was just on their phone, like just doom scrolling all day. That could have been maybe a reason or a component, that everyone's just like going on their phone and then they're just making a trend out of anything. That could also be a component, because I wonder if they were to post it now, would it go as viral as it was back then?
Well, and do we have videos that go that viral now on TikTok? Because you were saying that most of those were old. All right, I think the most recent one is the strawberry one. I think that one is probably a year or 2 old. So yeah, that's a good point too.
yeah.
I think it's so interesting how, like, we know they're going viral, but we just can't stop watching those videos, and then it, you know, we start talking about it, and then it becomes kind of interesting even to talk about how and why, you know, it's becoming viral, even though it's not that good of a video.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I love it. Thank you for all your insights.
Thanks, Audrey. Let's move on to our next segment, and we will be talking with Val. So Val, you've been looking into how and why the algorithm works. Can you share with us what you learned?
Yeah. So referring back to that quote that Audrey had in her segment, it's not about the algorithm, it's about the audience. I think it's kind of interesting to see how it actually matters and how it works in our daily life. So here's a short video of what I found and why the algorithm matters.
Today we're breaking down the science behind why some videos go viral and how the algorithm decides what you see. We find its influence in our daily scrolling life. When we say the algorithm, we're talking about the recommendation system. According to SocialBee, algorithms track key engagement signals. Its job is simply to show you the videos you might like, comment, and share that will keep you scrolling. Metricool explains it perfectly. The algorithm isn't random. It studies your past behavior and shows you content it thinks will keep you watching. FameFuel adds that when a video performs well early in watch time, comments, and shares, the platform will boost it to a wider audience. Digital Web Solutions states that more engagement leads to more recommendations, which leads to more views, and that's what turns a normal video into a viral one, creating a never-ending cycle. So the algorithm's goal is to keep people engaged.
Okay, so we've seen how the algorithm studies what we like, what we share and comment, and all the posts we have on our feed. How do you guys feel about it? Do you feel kind of scared that it's controlling what you see and everything you have on your social media? Or do you kind of like that it's showing you what you like?
Yeah.
I think it could be both scary and it could also be like really convenient, because like as I'm scrolling, it's like, oh, it's something that's gonna make me laugh because it's like tailored to my humor, to my interest and what I like. But sometimes it can also be really scary because like the other day I was talking to my friend how like I really want a new bag, and on TikTok now there's TikTok ads, and I was scrolling and I found like the exact bag I was talking about, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy, because I didn't type it in. I was just talking to my friend about it, and next thing you know, like a couple hours later, like I find it on my TikTok ads like as I'm scrolling. So it could be kind of scary because like I know my phone's listening to me, but it's also sometimes convenient because hey, now I could order the bag, it's right there and it's cheap. So yeah.
I agree with that. I play into it, and so I can't like say that I hate it because I'm the one who's scrolling, like playing into it. I saw a comment once, and it was like a super niche video with a very particular humor. I found it funny, and there was a comment in the section that said, "I built this for you, page brick by brick." And I just thought that was awesome. I was like, "Yeah, like I'm here, and it knows me really well." So, like, while it is like scary because you don't want people you don't know like tracking things you're doing, I also like I play into it, and that's my choice, and it's also like funny.
Yeah. And I also feel like it is entertainment, right, at the end of the day. So I feel like the algorithm is definitely so helpful in that way, where if I'm going to go on my TikTok or I'm going to go on Instagram or whatever, I'm not going to go on it to scroll till I find something that I want to watch, right? So I feel like it's really nice because it just makes the quality of the content so much better, and it's entertaining, right? And that's kind of the whole point. So I think that the algorithm is very important for that, and I don't mind it when it throws new things that I can purchase my way, and, you know.
Have any of you ever deleted TikTok and added it back again, or Instagram or something like that and added it back again, and your algorithm, it starts fresh?
Yes.
And you're like, oh, I have to make it my own now.
Yeah.
And so you have to go through and then find things that you like. And, you know, that's enjoyable, right? It takes some time to get to that point where your algorithm knows you, but it can be dangerous. I think my response to this is that it's equally engaging, but also dangerous, especially because for an app like that, for me, it's turned me into a consumer.
Oh yeah.
Well, much more of a consumer, because I see things that I want to purchase and I want to buy, and it knows what I like, right? I love how to get ready or get ready with me.
Yes.
And like,
Uh-huh.
I want to see the products you're using because I want to use it myself. If your skin looks beautiful, I want mine to look beautiful. If your hair looks good, I want mine to look good. All right. There was a coat that I really wanted, and it was on TikTok, and I've never bought anything off of TikTok Shop because it scares me. And this coat kept coming up and up and up, and it was always sold out. And now I feel devastated that I can never get that coat. Right. But it has a lot of power as well. The algorithm, it can turn you into a consumer buying a product, and it helps you stay devoted to the platform as well.
Yeah, I totally relate to what you said because it's Black Friday like 2 weeks ago, right? And there's this, I don't know if you know the Base brand, but there's this, I think it's a sports tote that I really want, and it's on 30% discount, and it's on my Facebook. And so I click it on my Facebook, and I'm like, oh, do I really want to buy this? And then I wouldn't buy it. And then I go to Instagram, and it's right there on my Instagram. And I go to Google, it's right there on my Google. Like, stop.
It doesn't leave you alone.
Yeah. So it's so crazy.
And isn't there like a statistic if you say it like 6 or like 7 times, like you're more likely to like buy it or something? So it's like if it keeps showing it to you, you might give in and get it, and then it just keeps doing that.
So powerful. Okay, thank you so much, Val. Your insights lead perfectly into our next point, which is going to be with Kayla. So Kayla, you have been looking into the impact of viral sounds. Can you share with us what you learned?
Yeah, we've been talking about like the algorithm. We've been talking about how things are framed. I think sound is a huge part of short form content, arguably one of the biggest parts. You have visual, you have like words and hooks and things like that, but like we're all humming songs that we're scrolling through, or like people in normal everyday conversations are like, oh, did you hear that sound? Or they quote it. And you guys know how it goes when you like say, oh, did you hear that sound? And you say it and it does not land because no one hears it. But in all my research about sounds and about what makes them viral, I found something specific, and we're going to dive into that in my video.
Today we're going to be talking about using viral sounds on TikTok. So first of all, what makes a sound go viral? In my research, I found that emotions are what make a sound go viral. We're talking about humor, nostalgia, relatability. These are 3 of the most common, but that doesn't mean it's limited to these. I love this quote from Fresh Content Society saying, videos that resonate emotionally or humorously with viewers are shared more extensively, while innovative storytelling and high-quality visuals enhance user interaction. Another quote that I like from ResearchGate says, emotional triggers categorized as humor, awe, fear, joy, and sadness significantly influence viewers' propensity to share content, with varying effects across platforms like Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Essentially, these quotes are saying that the more emotional response you have from your audience, the higher engagement you're going to get. That's what makes videos viral. And that also is what makes people follow influencers, content creators, etc. The higher engagement rate you have, the better. If you're wondering how to find where you can see what audios are trending, TikTok has it has like popular categories or tabs, and you can see how many people are using those as sounds, as well as TikTok creators themselves often make videos like TikTok 2020 trending sounds. This is an example from Nella Sauce, one of the creators on TikTok. So there are many options to see what are trending. It's important to have an emotional connection with your audience, and here are my sources.
So I think we can all agree that sounds are very important, that emotions play into every sound, and it's always changing. Like new sounds, viral sounds are coming up all the time, but that doesn't mean that they go away. They stay with us and they've impacted us. So I wanted to ask you guys, what are some sounds that you remember and what emotion do you tie to them?
I feel like I remember right now, I'm off like the top of my head, like a lot of the ones from like early COVID. Like I feel like all of those sounds, like anytime I hear them now, it just reminds me of COVID. Like it just like it's like kind of nostalgic for me now. And I feel like that like plays a big role because I don't know, it's really nostalgic now.
I think for me right now, especially since we're going into like Christmas time and everything, the Mariah Carey "It's Time" iconic. Everyone knows that. And it's reused literally since I can remember. Like it's always been a thing, and so I feel like that is a prime example of like TikTok, Instagram, all these other social media platforms. They use it to their advantage because they know that they're gonna go viral because it's so well known, so popular, and you just know that it's Christmas time. When you hear that, you know there's no questioning it. Like you know exactly what the content will be about. You know that it's going to be appealing to you, and therefore you're gonna want to watch it more. I feel.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
kind of goes with that. The Michael Bublé song is beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I love that song. Sometimes even if the video doesn't make sense, I will just play it because of the music. And so, yeah, I feel like a lot of the songs that we listen, especially those viral songs, like Bella Porch's video, that trending audio that she used, I know during that time, every time I see that or I hear that music, I would still like watch it, even if the video doesn't make sense, because oh, I know this song. I've seen this before. I've seen this many times before. And so I'll just keep on listening to it, even if I don't have to. But yeah.
Yeah, it comes to my mind all of those like early like 2010 videos and the Vines, you know, all of those trends. I think about that like pretty often because people that lived those videos and those trends would share it, and it's like, oh, it's so nostalgic, you know. It's interesting how it just stays in our heads for so long.
Yes, nostalgia is so powerful. That's what I'm thinking too. Like everything that I researched about this, a huge example of emotion was nostalgia, and like literally all of you mentioned. I also, I think of COVID. This is like such a strange sound, but the one that was like interior crocodile alligator. Like, why did I resonate with that? But now I just correlate that with like COVID and being silly and like dancing a lot around my living room and making a TikTok with my siblings. Like, the sound itself didn't carry a lot of emotional weight, but for me it does because of nostalgia. So yeah, thank you for your thoughts, guys.
Thanks so much, Kayla. Okay, building on that, Aileen, you have been studying the role of emotional connection and relatability in making a post more successful. Can you share with us what you have studied?
Of course, yeah. I definitely decided to do that topic because I always wondered if emotion tied to a certain viral video. Like, why did it go viral? And I feel like a lot of the things that even just me in my personal life, I find emotion is a big thing for me. So I feel like it is for a lot of people. And I just want to see how that ties into how well a post does. The results that I found were super interesting, and yeah, here's what I found on that subject.
Hello and welcome to Stratazine. Today we are going to be talking about whether or not emotions play a role in the success of a video. In a more recent study done in 2013, researchers were wanting to compare a few videos and really find out what makes one video more shareable than the others. And results found that those that indicated stronger effective responses to a video also reported greater intent to spread the video. So in our case, if you're more likely to share something that you relate to. And I think that that's going to be a very common theme as we go through these points of research. Ignite Visibility's senior social media strategist, Josh Rohr, gave a little bit of insight into what he does in his career and in his everyday life and how he gets these videos to be viral. Something that really stuck out to me, especially in this quote, is that viral videos get views. Authentic ones build trust, and that's what keeps people coming back. I think that again touches on the idea that yes, you can definitely go viral off of anything like that, but in order to continue remaining viral, you really have to have that emotional trust, that emotional connection. Renowned neurologist Antonio Damasio introduced the somatic marker hypothesis. Now, in this theory, he suggests that emotional responses or somatic markers guide behavior and decision making. And so somatic markers are just things like, that gut feeling that you have. And an instance of this could be the Coca-Cola Share a Coke campaign. Now, this is because it didn't really focus on the price of their product or the quality of it, but it really just focused on the emotions that you felt. The friendship, the inclusivity, the feelings of joy, and just the common names that you see. Like, you recognize yourself in that product because your name is literally on it. Professor Gerald Zaltman, a professor in Harvard, states that 95% of our purchasing decisions are subconsciously driven primarily by emotional responses. I think that this further solidifies the idea that emotional responses is going to be a very important thing, not only in social media, but in everything that we do. I feel like it really is necessary for you to have that in order to continue to go viral and continue to succeed in any type of video or content creation. For Stratazine, this is Aileen.
Perfect. Yeah. So, given those facts, what do you guys think about it? Do you feel that you in your own life feel that you lean more towards a certain piece of media just solely because you relate to it, or because you, again, feel that emotional connection to it? I want to hear your thoughts on that.
I don't know about you guys, but if there's any post that would make me stop every single time in every social media platform, it would be cat videos.
Yes.
When I see a cat video, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's viral or not. I'm going to stop. I'm going to watch the whole thing. I'm going to watch it probably twice or thrice. And then the next video, it's going to be cat videos. And it's great. My algorithm is all cat videos. So I love it. And so I lean more to those videos. And they show more to my feed because of that.
I think recently with Christmas coming up, something that I've been seeing a lot and that I've been obsessed with are like the angel tree videos where people go shopping for the angel trees. I don't know, I just like feel like an emotional connection because like I just think about like all those little kids who like whose parents can't afford gifts and like people doing like all this nice like getting them all these like nice gifts and it becoming a trend. And I don't know, that's something like I don't know, makes me feel like so happy that it is a trend because like all these little kids are gonna get a good Christmas. And that's something I've been connecting with recently and I'm obsessed with those videos. Like I've been following anyone who like gets an angel tree because I'm like, that's so sweet. So
Yeah, I love that. I go to Instagram like at night when I'm ready to go to bed and just to scroll a bit. And then for me, it's like when it's maybe I see like a nice quote or a funny video or something, and then I'm like, oh, I want to see more. And so I just start scrolling, and then I send it to my friends, and I just waste like an hour before going to bed. But yeah, it's like my emotional connection to that.
I agree with that. Actually, something I was going to bring up is so similar. I think as humans, we need external validation. And oftentimes, I don't know about you guys, but I'm also scrolling at night when I'm tired or like when I'm disconnected from other people. I'm usually scrolling my phone when I'm alone. And I'm just seeking some sort of relatability or validation. And that can come through cat videos. That can come through like whatever is going to validate me, whether that's like my specific humor, just give me like a few laughs before the end of the night. I think that's one reason that it does so well, that emotions do so well. And like, everybody scrolls. I feel like everybody scrolls. And I feel like a ton of that has to do with like the need for validation.
Well, and also, I mean, you're experiencing finals, right? Like, do you need to take little breaks or do you often take breaks and go on your phone just to kind of escape, right? It's interesting as you're all giving these experiences that you have your own way or form of connection or escape, or when you're tired or, you know, something to turn to. And we turn to our phones to give us that connection or to fulfill that emotional need that we're looking for, which is interesting and also can be kind of dangerous because they're really good at connecting with us, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, essentially, it was really interesting to be able to learn more about that because I feel like I was validated within that, just being like, I know I'm not crazy. I know that there has to be some sort of tie to it. But yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Aileen. For our closing topic, we are going to explore what captures attention on TikTok. So Esme, can you take us through what you've discovered?
Yeah, so I was focusing on how thumbnails and clickbait style framing impacts what people decide to watch. And I also looked at why certain visual cues instantly capture our attention on TikTok, and here's what I found. Hello, so for today's segment, we're going to be taking a look at how thumbnails, clickbait, and evolving trends impact what captures attention on TikTok and how creators can use these tools without being misleading. So on this slide, on our left-hand side, we have what thumbnails looked like for old YouTube. And we can see just a drastic difference just from looking at this from afar. But for the left hand on early YouTube, they relied on exaggerated faces, dramatic text, shocking claims, and even attention-grabbing visuals. And on our right-hand side, we have TikTok. With TikTok, trends evolve a lot faster. And Later.com reports that modern TikTok thumbnails use clean text, emotion-focused images, and simple phrases like, watch this, story time, or even get ready with me. And the thumbnails are a lot more minimal, but they are more powerful. So what does capture attention on TikTok? Well, according to a tip from Hootsuite's 2024 TikTok strategy guide, is that using large and readable text on your TikTok cover can grab people's attention a lot quicker because that way people can see what your content is about and it just hooks them automatically. And then another tip that comes from Hootsuite's 2024 TikTok strategy guide as well says that a big tip is to create curiosity without lying, because when people or influencers use misleading clickbait, it can backfire and actually get people to not watch any more of their content because they are using misleading information. Now, this is a quick video from Kaisa Nat that just grabs people's attention really quick and automatically hooks them. Oops. I'm just afraid she don't want me. Just within those couple seconds, you see his reaction and it makes you more intrigued on what's going on with his content and makes you want to click. And then these are a couple sources. Okay, so basically what I learned from doing all this research was that thumbnails and clickbait play a huge role in what gets attention on TikTok. Even though TikTok, it's like a lot shorter videos, people decide if they're gonna watch that video within those 1 to 2 seconds. And I included that video of Kaisa Nat because I've noticed that on my TikTok I get like a lot of reaction videos, and before they like start the video they include just a reaction because people get hugs like this to be like, what were they reacting about, or like why did they react that way. So what are some things that capture your guys' attention on TikTok when you guys are scrolling through and will like make you pause and watch that video?
For me personally, I just have one right off the top of my head. I'm a big like font person, and so back to like the research that you did where it's like, oh yeah, like really clean or whatever headlines when you're opening a video, that gets me. And especially if they move and they're animated, I'm like, oh, they put work into this. I'm gonna sit down and watch this. So I think that that's a big one for me.
Yeah.
But definitely back then in like the early YouTube time when it was really popping off, like I feel that the neon colors and just the crazy pictures, crazy saturation was just something that also was just like, I need to watch that. That looks interesting or something like that. So
Yeah, I totally agree with that. So when I go to TikTok, the videos that make me stop are those that are very aesthetically pleasing videos. Like you can just see from like the first 2 seconds, like, oh, let's say it's like a decoration of the living room for Christmas, and I see it, it's all white and there's green and red and all the lights. That makes me stop. And I remember before, I watch a lot of makeup videos. I don't know if you know Michelle Phan, but that's how I would watch. I would go to her channel, go to her videos, look at the thumbnail and find the most appealing to me. And that's how I would watch, like choose to watch videos I wanna see. But,
yeah. For me, I think it's definitely fonts too, but whenever I see or something like a cooking tutorial or how to do this, how to do that, and it's also pleasing, like aesthetically pleasing, like, oh, I need to watch this. No, it's gonna help me.
Something that I love so randomly is people in their car eating food. Why do I love that? I think like looking, Esme, at your video, like the difference between the old thumbnails and the new ones, I think the new ones are a lot more relatable. And I think it's strategic. People are in their car because it feels more homey. It feels more like you know them. Whereas when it's all big and grand and disconnected, you're having a struggle with like relating to them or feeling like some sort of emotional connection. So when somebody's in their car eating burrito, I'm like, I wish I was eating a burrito right now, but like I can live vicariously through you. And so those get me.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. Those are all really good ones. I agree with every single one of you guys, especially the fonts. I feel like it's kind of crazy how like YouTube was like so dramatic and now it's so minimalistic, but it's like more powerful because we just want to know what we're going to watch and not waste our time. Like, I don't know. I think it's cool, but yeah, thank you guys.
Great. Thank you so much, Esme. And thank you all for your thoughts and your research that you've been able to share with us today. We have been able to explore so many factors that influence viral content. We talked about structure, algorithm, sound, emotional connection, and how visuals can all tie together a video that is engaging for an audience to engage with and relate to. So thank you again for everything. And with that, we will wrap up our discussion today. So thank you for joining us with this edition for Stratazine. Make sure to check out additional podcasts on digital and social media on our YouTube channel.